Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy D, Crypto Siege, with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is faster space. What's going on, guys? Dream number two. Dream number two. Let me see what happened today. Let's see. Here, so that's very, very interesting to me that they would put that out. Bank of America says the recession is already here. The recession is already here. Wow, that is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of a BTC round. We'll see how it goes. I know I should have done it like 10 days ago, but didn't do it. We'll see if it does anything. It was like 6,300 at one time. Wasn't BTC at like a 6,300? I think it was. Yeah, now it's 6,100. So we'll see. We shall see. But guys, that's interesting. Don't you think it's interesting for Binance? For Bank of America to come out with a statement like that? Found that on Twitter. Interesting article. Let me pull that article up. I find that to be very interesting. The timing of them saying something. Yeah. Oh, Cryptopolis shared that on Twitter. Shout out to Cryptopolis. He is doing his thing. But he shared that on Twitter about Bank of America saying that we're in a recession. And it was a pretty heavy statement. Jobs will be lost. Where's that at? I get this thing where sometimes my stuff is not saving. Oh, there it is. Bank of America says the recession is already here. Jobs will be lost. Wealth will be destroyed. That's kind of heavy. Coming out of Bank of America's mouth, don't you think? That's kind of heavy. It's 8:33 EU time. Oh, wow. How about that? That's kind of heavy to be coming out of their mouths, right? Ouch. For Bank of America to be saying that, I think that's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. For Bank of America to be saying that. America. I find that to be very, very interesting. That they would come out with an article like that. So I'm wondering, you got this guy. I read the article from you guys the other day talking about banks and they're kind of slow moving on DLT technology. I shared that, guys, with you the other day. Very interesting article, very interesting read. Now Bank of America is kind of coming out saying what they're saying. Square gets a banking license as a fintech company. Like, does feel like these banks are going to have to move quickly, and Bank of America recognizes that without question. They recognize it, but does the rest of the banking world? Any good news come from? Oh, did you guys see that the President Trump and Vice President Pence, they aired their meeting with the governors? It was actually broadcasted on CNBC television in reference to the beer code. It was actually a televised meeting. Did you guys see that? I find that to be very interesting that they would televise that. You know what I mean? They televise that. What do you guys think about that? You guys there? Make sure this chat's working right. Are you guys in the chat? Let you guys know if you're in the chat. I might have lost you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Did you guys see that on CNB television, which has been airing all the kind of Trump task force meetings? But I just thought it was odd that they aired the meeting. They were allowed that to be televised, the meeting with the governors. I just, I was on CNBC television on YouTube. Never, I don't think I've ever seen that where a meeting where president and vice president are meeting with the governors of the state throughout the country, and they're televising that meeting. I just found that to be very, very odd, very strange to me. But let's see what the Bank of America has to say here. I think this is really, really interesting. And I also think it's kind of strange. I heard today from BK's stream that that they're trying to demand a trial in reference to this lawsuit. What in the world? I don't even know. I don't even want to speak on that. What's going on with that? So, Bank of America says the recession is already here. Jobs will be lost. Wealth will be destroyed. Key points is we are officially the Bank of America. We are officially declaring the economy has fallen into a recession, joining the rest of the world. And it is a deep plunge. Bank of America said in a note to clients Thursday. In a note to clients, okay. Jobs will be lost, wealth will be destroyed, and confidence depressed, the firm added. Interesting. Bank of America warned investors on Thursday that a beer cold-induced recession is no longer avoidable. It's already here. We are officially declaring that the economy has fallen into a recession, joining the rest of the world, and it is a deep plunge. Bank of America U.S. economist Michelle Meyer wrote in a note, jobs will be lost, wealth will be destroyed, and confidence depressed. The firm expects the economy to collapse in the second quarter, shrinking by 12%. GDP for the full year by 12%, and GDP for the full year will contract by 0.8%, it said. Bank of America looked at the labor markets as a way to understand the magnitude of the economic shock. The firm expects the unemployment rate to nearly double, with roughly 1 million jobs lost each month of the second quarter, for a total of 3.5 million jobs lost. The beer cold outbreak has already sent global markets into a tailspin as travel comes to a near standstill and businesses shut their doors. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average are trading in bear market territory, and now it sits around 30% below their all-time high levels from just last month. Meyer said it's only going to get worse. The firm sees a trough in April, followed by a very slow return to growth thereafter, with the economy feeling somewhat more normal by July. Slow growth. So a trough in April, very slow return to growth thereafter, with the economy, well, April's just next month, with the economy turning to normal by July. Although the decline is severe, we believe it will be fairly short-lived, very short-lived, says Meyer. As the economy continues to face uncharted territory, Meyer said salvation will come from aggressive action when it comes to the policy response. There should be no upper bound for the size of stimulus in our view, she said. Bank of America is far from the only firm with a dire assessment of the economy. On Tuesday, Morgan Stanley said a global recession in 2020 is now its base case. Okay. While bond king Jeffrey Gundlach of DoubleLine Capital has said there is a 90% chance the United States will enter a recession by year end. Interesting article. Tesla temporarily suspended production at Bay Area factory. Yeah. Yeah, so that just happened for me too. Thanks for the $2 super chat, my Tebs. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Big time. Interesting that would come out. XRP Lava Siege. One good thing in my favor is that me and the wife have no mortgage, only property tax. Oh, I hear that, bro. Nice. Good for you, bro. That house paid off. That's sweet. Only property tax. I hear you. That is excellent. I just find it interesting that the timing of Bank of America coming out with that article like that. It is clearly upon us. Again, I don't know. I just find it very odd that they would televise the meeting of the president and vice president with the governors of the country. Doesn't that feel like a show? Like, that feels like a show to me, right? Like, why would they air that? I don't know. Feels like a show. Let me see what else I saw on Twitter here, guys. Hold on a sec. Guess I got my BTC late. Too late, huh? I should have got it when it was like 40 something. So I mean, that's just very, very interesting, guys. And so here's the thing that I will say: the banks know what's kind of going on. They see it. The writing's on the wall for them. Like I said earlier, they're gonna have to adjust and pivot and make moves necessary. Another interesting article that I saw, Necessary to Survive, is they were pointing out, Coinbase was pointing out that USDC was over 600 million in market cap. I remember when someone on the stream said one time that what if the United States such their currency is going to be, it's already been done. It is already USDC. You know? What if it's already done? Did you guys see that article from Coinbase? I thought that was very, very interesting. MakerDAO is picking up USDC as another option for collateral, which is very interesting to me that they're picking that up. Picking up USDC is another form of collateral on for MakerDAO. So interesting. Yeah, $600 million market cap right now. And I didn't know that was kind of along the lines of a bank already. Let's see, let me find that. Miss Crypto Siege is in there getting her Max Insanity 30 workout on. Let's see. Yeah, let's see that. USDC surpasses 600 million in market cap, and MakerDAO adopts USDC as collateral. Very, very interesting that they would do that, right? I think that's really interesting that they would do that. So what if that's the case? What if USDC is already the currency for the United States already? Some interesting people behind USDC that I did not know. I knew Coinbase and I think, is it Circle? But I think there's a bank or something involved with that as well. I think it is as well. So I'm going to cover that too. Let me change this view so you guys can check that out. I saw BK doing a virtual background. Did you see that? He's got to tweak it some, but I don't know. I think it might be simpler just to kind of get the green, right? The green background on the blue background, right? And indeed it does. I think so, Matevs. I think that this is just a smoke screen. Not that it isn't real, but it feels like a smoke screen for something bigger. Smoke screen for something bigger. So the USDC surpasses 600 million in market cap, and MakerDAO adopts the USDC as collateral. US dollar coin is doing the stream. No, she canceled. US dollar C is a fully collateralized US dollar stablecoin created by the Center Consortium, an open source technology project co-founded by Coinbase and Circle. Since its launch in 2018, USDC has seen its market share steadily climb to become the second largest stablecoin in the world, by market capitalization, in direct correlation with increased consumer demand for a stable, secure, and transparent digital dollar. USDC surpasses 600. I read that. As we've written before, USDC can be used for send and receive functions, example, cross-border transactions and remittances, to facilitate transactions in dApps and exchanges, buying, selling, lending, investing, and trading, and as a programmable dollar. For developers and fintech companies alike, USDC allows the unbanked and underbanked anywhere in the world to hold a US dollar-backed digital asset with a mobile phone. In recent volatile market conditions, we're also seeing more and more consumers and institutions turn to USDC as a trusted means to weather the turbulence. Each USDC is backed by one US dollar that's held in an established US bank, and its reserve balances are attested to by top 5 accounting services firm, Grant Thornton LLP. It's free to buy USDC with a bank account. And Coinbase customers can convert their USDC into any supported cryptocurrency on Coinbase.com, or convert and withdraw in US dollars anytime. Further, eligible consumers can also earn rewards for the USDC that they hold. Interesting. I think I heard about the fee. No fees. Maker governance token holders voted on Monday night to introduce USDC as an alternative form of collateral, which means that USDC can now be used to open vaults to generate DAI. The vote in response to recent events surrounding DeFi application MakerDAO, when ETH dropped from $194 to $124 in a few short hours, and over 4 million of CDB positions being liquidated. Wow. The move is expected to increase DAI liquidity and stability. It tells you USDC is available on Coinbase.com, Pro, Wallet, apps. Yep. USDC is not a legal tender. It's a digital currency. Coinbase has no right to use any USDC you hold on Coinbase. Has no right to use it. Okay. Very, very good. Like, what if that is it? What if this is the one that they're going to be using? You know what I mean? What if it is the one that they're going to be using? I have to see how that's going to go. But it looks like they're doing it. I have another article from the people from IMF talking about these central bank digital currencies and how they're seriously looking into them. Like, they're not messing around. This is what they're going to do. Ooh, Mac attack XRP. Global reset, all the money. XRP will be the bridge. Global mass adoption for XRP. There will be a new reserve currency. All this within a couple of weeks to a couple of months. How about that? He's he or she, very confident about that move. Ripple, the World Bank, XRP, Bank of America. Now, you guys remember these graphs? I remember these charts and graphs from before. Yeah, Bank of America there. This is not good. Bitcoin volume on Coinbase seems to be a clear indicator for reversals. Stephen Bull from the DF says, after central banks around the world lowering interest rates, printing more fiat money out of thin air, and killing the value of fiat currencies, people start to shift their wealth to safe haven assets like gold, silver, and crypto. It's time now. Indeed, it is. What is this? You're actually sitting too close? Really? We should probably get rid of another 75 to 85% of you. I'll have just 2 or 3 that I like in this room. You two should leave immediately. What? Did he really just say that? Did that really happen? Oh my gosh. I think all start market move to the crypto market. Yeah, I agree with you, Matavs. I agree. I think that's going to happen as well. Donald really say that? Prepare for more XRP FUD than ever before. Get ready. Why? Oh, shout out to Baba Cugs is on. Ooh, what is that? That local currency. Okay. Negative interest rates have arrived in the U.S. 6-month T-bills, 2 basis points means you need to pay United States government for 6 months cash deposits. Rates to go much negative to weaken the dollar. This is confiscation, and it is bad, but it is needed for now to stabilize the system. Mega bullish for Bitcoin. Interesting. Babbitt Cug says TikTok. All right, let's see what this is. Kurtopoulos is doing this thing. I gotta check out that article he did on Coil. I like this upward trend. Well, we'll see. Yeah. Jim Rickards, listen to this. Jim Rickards says, too bad the stock exchange floor is closed. They could have broken out those old Dow 20,000 now hats. 20,000 hats. I hope they saved them along with the Dow 25,000 and the unused Dow 30,000 inventory. Jim Rickards is funny. Jim Rickards is the guy who says he believed they're going to be doing an ESDR when he had a conversation with Digital Nomad investor on Twitter, I believe. What? Wow, good eye. Podium lost his presidential seal. This is bigger than we could have dreamed. UN flag is gone. Yeah, that's interesting. Stay strong. Yes, indeed. Wishing her and her dude the best. Healthy, quick, speedy recoveries. 50% of supply is in escrow. For your information, Ripple only sells at a rate equal to Bitcoin mining rate. They are building an ecosystem. Meanwhile, Bitcoin just sits, never improving. Man, you need to do some research. Ah, that's funny. Wonka knows, guys. Don't mess around with Willy Wonka. He knows. Bull Run Wonka, I should say. The basic tier of teams is now juice free. My friend Michael needs urgent help from a dentist or oral surgeon. I thought that they had got someone. Donna has stage 3 cancer last week. Need emergency dental surgery before treatment. Making the beer code is making it impossible. Do you know anybody that can help? I thought we did that. Somebody was sharing Tika's 5 coins. Did you guys get Tika's new 5 coins? You guys get Tika's new 5 coins? Siege, what does the E and S electronic stand for? Electronic. It's electronic. Electronic XRP law is for electronic SDR. So essentially digital. And don't know technically if I don't think he knows if it's going to be called an ESDR, but that's what Ricketts was saying. I believe that it was going to be called an ESDR. But the word is that the IMF certainly wants to do more with the SDR. And again, this is not the first time. I think in 2009 they did the same thing. They came to the rescue with bailing people out, and so it's not. It wouldn't be something unusual for them to come to the rescue once again and do it in the with the digital form, having gold playing a role as the thing that backs each one of these currencies in that basket. The five that are in there. It makes a lot of sense why these central banks and the governments have been grabbing up all this gold. Is certainly a reason for it. I don't understand why you can't pick up any gold or silver now. Like that, why would that be the case where you cannot buy gold or silver? Why would they not be selling it, especially silver? Like, why would they not be selling it? I don't know. That just seems right. Why would, especially, the big legitimate brokers, why would they not be selling it? Is it because they know? They know something that we don't know? Like, I don't understand why they would not be selling it right now. This was too low here, so or else I would play it. Let's see this one.
Countries are going into recession. I'm more comfortable using the term potential depression at this stage if more support isn't forthcoming.
Yeah, and you have so many economists and market strategists who are sharpening their pencils again and lowering their forecasts for the second quarter. I mean, you're seeing 10% contraction, 12% contraction forecasts, and most people are saying that if governments and central banks can get it right, things turn around and you reboot the economy, the global economy, later this year again. But that is making the big assumption that the stimulus, the fiscal and monetary policy is right. It's big and it's bold and it's right. On the micro level, you see right now, people are feeling this. The most vulnerable, as you put it so rightly, are feeling this. We saw a surge in jobless claims, state jobless claims. Some of these states seeing tens of thousands of jobless claims just in the past few days. Those are people who've lost their jobs in leisure, in hospitality, at bars and restaurants and hotels, and are going to have to be on jobless benefits, unemployment benefits that are not, in many cases, exactly what they were earning before. So you're seeing the stress on families and workers already.
Yeah, I mean, I can throw more stats into this, and I know you know these statistics well, but we keep talking about the big major markets. The S&P 500, it's only 15% of the employment in the United States. The rest of them are working in small and medium-sized enterprises. There's people clearly that aren't working. At this stage, the mammoth task that's required here, the inequality in the system that makes the most vulnerable so at risk here, is being revealed in the space of 2 weeks.
It really is. And, and I think back to 2008 and 2009, and a similar conversation was happening. Get the money out there. It doesn't even matter how you spend it. Get it out there so that we can support these industries and get the banking system whole again and keep the airlines from going out of business, et cetera, et cetera. But the income inequality and the fragility of the bottom, quintiles of the income strata are the same today as they were back then. We didn't fix some of those things. And I worry, and this is maybe too big picture at a time of a crisis, but we squander the good times, as Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan Chase likes to say. You fix the roof when the sun is shining. We didn't do that. We spent more money, blew up deficits, gave tax cuts that weren't paid for, right? And then when the times are bad, you're blowing up deficits, spending a lot of money again, right, without maybe fixing some of the fundamental inefficiencies of the system. And I think that that's sort of a sad commentary 10 years, 11 years after the last crisis, to be making some of the same mistakes again.
And you know what, Christine, I couldn't agree more with you. The buybacks, the tax benefits that people didn't deserve and have spent incorrectly, everything, all of these things, the focus or lack of focus on the environment, all these things matter. They simply don't matter today because we don't have time. We don't have time to argue over the details.
Right.
Christine, thank you.
Replay the tape.
Yeah, we'll come back to it, I hope. But
yeah, so that's an interesting bit of stuff there, right? Yeah, I don't know why the sound is like that, but very, very interesting. One word, money, one nation. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Let me change this. This is where we are, guys. I played that for you guys earlier today. Anybody see Mr. B XRP's video about the 100% cure rate? That they found something? Did you guys check that out? Think Global, yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Where is Win Mullet when you need him? Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, so that's kind of where we are right now, guys. That is where we are. And I wanted to hop on here and just because I thought it was really important to share that with you guys. The Bank of America will come out and say that, and saying it to their investors I mean, that's just, right? That's the final preparation. Just prepare, buckle up, because it is upon us, and it has been upon us for a while now. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what they do. Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what they do. Very, very interesting to see what they do. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this stream up. Got a call here in about 10 minutes, but I wanted to hop on here and let you guys know. Definitely go check that out on Twitter. Cryptopolis shared it without question. Bank of America. Bank of America doing their thing there is very, very interesting. Guys, listen, never ever forget this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel, trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, but we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.